It's December 1st, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A marvelous Monday, marvelous main channel Monday takeover. We're here on the main YouTube channel for Fightful. I forgot the outlet for a second because that's just what happens. We're on Overbooked most of the time, but here we are. It's our monthly Monday takeover. Jeremy Lambert is here as he is every day. We're 5 days a week on this show. If you've never seen us before, we are In the Weeds. We are the best morning show in professional wrestling morning shows. Don't tell anybody else that we're wrong because we're right. Nobody gets to go on the other shows and not plug us and not put us over, but we're here. And on the first Monday of every month, we take over the main Fightful channel so that you can get introduced to us and Fightful Overbooked, which is our sister channel where the show normally airs at 10 a.m. Eastern every single day, Monday to Friday. Hi, Jeremy. How you feeling?
I'm well. I'm good. In fairness, we did get a plug on Busted Open.
We actually got two. I will say that. For those who missed it, our own Sean Ross Sapp was at WrestleCade and was on Busted Open on Sunday. He did a spot. He put us over twice. He texted me to tell me so that I wouldn't be mad, but I was already mad, Jeremy. It's got time to go on their show. We ain't got time to go on our show. I get it.
Yeah, I didn't listen live. I listened back. I went to see Zootopia 2 on Saturday afternoon.
That's your Survivor Series pregame show, was it?
More or less. Yeah, I mean, the Z-Bros were in that. They had all of one line of Z-Bros. Now, they had a little bit more at the end, but it was Z-Bros. The Rock was in it in a, if you were not listening, you did not hear him moment for The Rock. I will say Zootopia 2 was very good. If you enjoy those types of movies, I do recommend it. So I did go see the Zootopia 2 on Saturday. Again, good movie if you like the Disney stuff. The kids really loved Zootopia, the first one. I watch that all the time. So when the second one came out, like, yeah, we gotta go. We go to see like one movie in theaters every year. Although this year I've gone to see two because I want to see Naked Gun with one of the kids. But yeah, Zootopia 2, everybody. Go see it or don't. I don't know. Like, it's your choice.
Not? Yeah, go spend the time. You got time. Go see it or don't.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it. Anybody. I mean, everybody knows the Z-Bros are in it. They know it's Roman Reigns and CM Punk. If you don't know, there you go. I don't feel like saying they have dialogue is a spoiler, and I don't feel like saying The Rock is in it. Who again, everyone knows The Rock's in it. If you've seen it, that's a spoiler either. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I would not do that to you guys. I will spoil wrestling. I will not spoil the movies.
That is true. You do go out of your way to spoil wrestling. People often get upset at you for that one.
Care.
Just realized I got some major hat hair going on here. Oh my God, it's facing the wrong way and everything. I was wearing a toque this morning to take the kid to school. I haven't looked at myself in the mirror ever since. I look awful. Gosh. Audio crowd, don't pay attention to this. Don't go back to the video, but if you do, why don't you leave a thumbs up, huh?
My internet's being a bitch this morning. Let me try to switch or fix something here.
Just kick everyone off that's using it. While Jeremy's doing that, how about I tell you all about how much I appreciate you all and how much we love the last month of the year because it's a special time of year. Wrestling doesn't matter. Nothing matters. And we just get to talk about the end of the year. Are you back? For now?
Did I ever really leave?
That's a fair point. Did you ever really leave? But you're back now. You're here.
Maybe. We'll see how long it lasts, you know.
We're gonna get you $100,000 to get that good internet.
I wish.
That's fine. We have a sponsor, so we will get to that in a little bit. Yeah. So that's fun. We're gonna be doing sponsor reads for the entire month of December. That's something that I'm looking forward to doing because they're gonna get progressively wackier. And you all are going to enjoy them. So have fun with that. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up on this video because you want to and you need to, and it's the best thing for you. See, we even bring the pyro for you. So go ahead, leave a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to this channel. Of course, you can also subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. That's our other channel, our sister channel, as we call it. We're In the Weeds will typically air Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you want to donate a super chat, you can go ahead and do that. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air. You can also join as a member on YouTube. Jake from Windy City did as well. Thank you. And as did Amir. Thank you so much for joining us over on this channel. Humper chats, you know what? Humper chats are open today. You want to go to humperchats.com, you can go ahead and drop them there, and we will read them as well, because why not? Why not, Jeremy? Why wouldn't we want to get the Humper chats on main channel Monday?
Yeah. We have a banner, Joel.
Yes.
Banner Monday. First time that we're doing the banner on the main channel.
It's a big deal.
We got new additions to the show.
Like the band? Like the boy band new edition? I made a joke and he froze again. I get it. Was the joke that bad? The joke was so bad that it just ruined the internet. I said new edition and he froze. Welcome back. Wait, did you freeze immediately? Okay, you're back. You're back. Oh,
so annoyed.
New edition. Come on, I said new edition again and you froze. Stop it. Come back to me, Jeremy. Come back to me. At least some people think it's a good joke. All right, you're back. Allegedly. I'm not going to say new edition again.
It seemingly doesn't matter what you say. I'm just going to freeze the entire show.
I think we'll be okay. It'll catch up and we'll be okay.
Will it?
Well, we never know, but it's main channel.
This is the worst it's been like in forever. Sometimes it'll happen in like twice a show maybe, but it's not too terrible. We're 10 minutes into this show and I don't feel like there's been any consistency, and it's very frustrating.
I can see that. And typically, yeah, your internet has been better. You did you trade with Kate? Was this a trading places problem?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like no one's home today either. Kids are all back in school. They were home last week, and there's no one home today. It's just I apologize.
We gonna reboot that router?
I mean, that's gonna take away more time. I apologize, everybody.
No, it's okay. Listen, our pals are here. They know how this goes. Sometimes the internet's great, and sometimes the internet goes down. This is the first time in a while for you, like you said. We're not going to get down by it. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to yeet through the pain, Jeremy. We're going to yeet through everything. And someone's saying in the chat, I'm literally watching the new edition story right now. So clearly we're doing something right. Say their name and they appear on your YouTube.
We are better than Busted Open.
Low bar, but yes.
Yes.
it is the crawl today.
Yes.
Fantastic. Do we want to do a survey says as well?
Oh, I have a poll question.
Oh, we do have a poll
question, everybody. Yep. It is Survivor Series related.
Of course.
Right. Grade Survivor Series.
Oh, are we doing this because Andreas Hale was not available to do it himself on ESPN?
That could be one reason.
Okay.
We only get 4 options, everyone, so I can't, go crazy with the grades or anything. But you get an A, you get a B, you get a C, or you get a yeet. Those are your options for the poll question today.
There's one thing Jeremy does. He takes away the D.
Grade the Survivor Series, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Those are your options.
So once again, the choices for those missing it was an A, it was a B, it was a C, and it was a...
That's
and
right.
We're back.
Yes.
Pick your favorites. So you went to go see Zootopia.
Yeah.
I, yesterday, went to New Wave Wrestling's first show ever.
Yeah.
For those who missed it, Jody Threat was on our show a couple of weeks ago. She was putting that show over because she is part of the New Wave Wrestling Academy here in Toronto. She is one of the founders and also one of the coaches. And so this was their first show. And Jeremy, this was a good show. They had a lot of fun at this show. There were a lot of kids at this show. They did a really good job. Shout out to New Wave Wrestling. They had talent from the UK. They had talent, obviously, from Canada. Some of the trainees, some of the students, and some known wrestlers, both who have worked WWE in the UK and have also worked through NXT. TNA wrestlers, of course, were there. Sinner and Saint were there. Jody was there. Danny Luna was there. Flash Morgan Webster was there, and Mark Andrews was there. So basically all of Subculture, who worked the entire weekend loop. It was a really fun show. A lot of really good matches, a lot of multi-person matches, because they wanted to get not only as many people on the card as they could, but also give some opportunities for the students to work with some more established wrestlers and get a chance to try working in front of fans like that. And I think it was a well done show for their first one. I spoke to Jody afterwards, and I said, "You did it. How do you feel?" And she says, "I'm never doing that again." And I said, "But you will." And she will. She meant more that she doesn't want to book a show and wrestle on it at the same time, which I get it, because you saw her running around. If you see Jody at a wrestling show, like performing, she comes out to the ring and she's like really tight, right? Really high strung. That's kind of the way she comes out, and she's got her shoulders up, and she's that was her walking around the venue last night while she was trying to get everything together. And so kudos to her and the team put on a really fantastic show. Von Vertigo won their inaugural international championship, which we talked about on this show afterwards, because Jody was she'd forgotten to mention that they were going to crown the first ever international New Wave Wrestling champion. So Von won, and the story actually became Jody was sending her students out to try to put the fix in for her to win the title. So she turned heel on her own promotion, Jeremy. Von won. There was a great four-way match. Flash Morgan Webster was in there along with Von, Jody, and why am I suddenly blanking? Matt Gatlin from the UK. So the four of them had a really great match. Von walked out with that title. We're gonna talk to Von soon, because he's a guy who's been on the indies forever and undeniable, got his US visa this year and has been really tearing it up. And so I saw him, and I apologize, because I'm like, I see you everywhere, but we never get a chance to do stuff. So we both said we're going to try and make that happen sooner than later. But yeah, good times. New Wave Wrestling put on a great show, and I really enjoyed being invited to go check that out, and it was not too far from home. So good for them. Hopefully they continue doing it down the road.
Sounds like a good show. Did it air anywhere? Is it airing anywhere?
They recorded it. I don't know if they're taking the approach that, oh my gosh, what's the company that QT has that you guys have had him on a bunch of times? One Fall. Yeah. So I don't know if they're taking the same approach, because I think QT said, we like to film it so that our students can see it, but we don't want to, force everyone to watch it if they're not ready. Things like that. Let the students learn from that. They were recording stuff. Mike from Indeed, our pal who used to have a podcast here, he was there filming stuff. So you'll see clips from that show for sure. But they were recording. I don't know to what extent it will air. I assume they'll put it on a YouTube if they decide to release it, but they'll cut it up first. Good presentation there too. They put some effort into it, not just with cameras, but also they had the video boards and proper signage for wrestlers coming out. It was again very well done, especially for their first show. It looks like they put a lot of effort and a lot of thought into it.
Cool. Look forward to seeing it. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was really good. Actually, there's one wrestler we got to talk about, and I did make reference to him.
I saw
Yes.
this. I was gonna ask about him, but go ahead.
His name's Boris Krobos.
Okay.
And this kid, because he is a kid. I wish I could tell you he wasn't, but he is a kid. He comes out during this surplus talent battle royal, and he gets a huge pop, and he comes out to White and Nerdy by Weird Al. We're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about Riding Dirty,
yeah.
But White and Nerdy, for those who don't know. And I was like, is this dude coming out to, I thought he was coming out to the original. And then I started hearing the lyrics. I'm like, oh no, he's coming out to Weird Al. This guy rules. And he's like this skinny kid he's got some definition, but he's a skinny guy, and he's wearing suspenders, and he's got on the glasses, and he's got a calculator in his hand. And I'm like, oh my God, he's a giant nerd, and he comes out to White and Nerdy. This may be the best wrestler in the entire universe. And he's getting a huge pop, and he's doing the moves, he's doing well. And then he got immediately yeeted out of the ring, and that was it. But he is now one of our favorites on the show. Just like Bruce Thunderstein, this man gets wrestling.
We got to have him on. We
should. And I know our pal Ryan had put that put him in the chat, and also had tagged him as well. So try to get him, and we still got to get Bruce. We still got to get Bruce on the show.
He's on Instagram too much.
Well, a lot of these guys and girls are, because they're smart.
Yeah, fair. But like, I feel like people who are on Instagram are like me, in that they don't actually check Instagram enough to keep up with messages. I don't know, but Every time I send people a message on Instagram, like I'll hear back the first time and then I won't hear back again. So Instagram doesn't seem like the best way to set things up. But now Twitter the sucks because they've turned like DMs into chat and then it's just all stupid.
It's absurd. By the way, one thing about New Wave that I really appreciated, they put newer talents on these matches with established talent and they gave them victories. Ryan Rush was one of them. He's a new guy. He had a match in a fatal four-way with Judas Icarus, Mark Andrews, Gabriel Fuerza, and he won. Ryan Rush won that match. And then Carson Carlisle's another young guy who came in, had a match against Shane Saber and Travis Williams. He got the pin. He won the match. I think they were putting over the younger talent, which I thought was not just important, but also telling that this is a group that wants to give back and build their young stars and build their young wrestlers. I like that. I want that. There's a time for concert. No, sorry. There's a time to have your established talent do their thing, and there's a time to put over the young ones. And I thought it was really smart of them to try and create a crop of new fans and new stars, which again, that's always great.
Good. They should be putting over young talent. Some company has to.
Boy, howdy. I was talking to a few wrestlers about that, and it feels like in Ontario, there's a renewed effort to try to do that because Ontario wrestling has a ton of talent and they all know each other and work together. It's wrestling. Everyone does that. But there seems to be this renewed interest in everyone playing nice if you're a wrestler. The promoters, whatever, they do with what they do. But the wrestlers are all in the same boat where, you know, book anywhere, work anywhere, learn from each other, learn from all different walks, and try to pick up the best version of yourself as a wrestler to stand out. It's you know, tides and boats and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Should we real quick, I want to give a shout out to Joe Doring. There was a GoFundMe that was set up, it went up a couple days ago, but last night it was promoted. His sister-in-law has put up this GoFundMe to help with his third round of battling brain cancer. In 2022, Joe he got brainstem surgery on a tumor that was on his brainstem. So as a result, he's been living in a wheelchair, but also attacking PT, working really hard with physical therapy. He does get up, he does move around, but he's primarily using a wheelchair right now to get around. He's in good spirits from everything I hear. It sucks to be battling cancer for almost 10 years now, but this is his third round, and we're really hoping that this is something that not only gets rid of the cancer, but also gives him a better quality of life moving forward. So if you are available and able to, if you can at least share the GoFundMe, but certainly if you can donate to it, please consider. Joe gave me one of my first ever interviews in wrestling at Greektown Wrestling like several years ago. Nicest dude in the world, big dude too. And I gotta shout him out because not only really nice guy, really good guy, but he's been going through a lot. And if you have the means, please consider.
Best wishes to Joe. I saw that this morning when I got up, and I can't believe it's already been since 2022 when he announced that he was stepping away from wrestling to undergo surgery. And then it's been since 2016 when this first popped up and he first started battling everything. So it's amazing that it's been that long with everything. Because if you had told me that it was like last year, I'd been like, yeah, that checks out. So when I saw that was 2022, I was like, damn, it's really been that long. But best wishes to Joe, and hopefully, you know, the most important thing is quality of life here, and hopefully he everything works out and he can continue to have any type of good quality of life moving forward.
He's a special guy, and he definitely deserves that, especially for all the battling he's been through. And again, he's been in good spirits and he works hard. So shout out to Joe, and hoping that he gets gets what he needs to keep moving forward.
Yeah. So again, best wishes to him. I don't know if TNA still has the shirt up where the proceeds went to him. If not, they should like put that back up.
I agree with that. The one thing with I don't know what TNA still has it. I'm going to take a look right now, actually, just because they did put a lot of effort. No, I don't see it here when I'm searching Joe, but maybe they'll put up a T-shirt again. They should. They really should.
I don't think they really should have like taken it down. Like, I mean, maybe I don't know the ins and outs of all of that. But I don't know. Assuming like everything was good, I would have just kept it up the entire time. But I certainly would with this new information. I would definitely put it back up if they can.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking a look at this. I'm taking a look on their website and I don't see it. I see a Jordan Gray shirt, so it's not even a question of like whether or not they have it. For all I know, they sold out. They can always make more. I fully agree and understand that. I just don't see it. If I'm wrong and someone else sees it, let me know. But yes, there was a time when they were putting all proceeds from those shirt sales towards Joe, and maybe they'll bring it back. I would like to see that. I think it's the least that TNA could do. They did a lot for wrestlers who have been injured or fallen during their times in TNA, and hopefully this is another opportunity for them to support Joe and put it out there.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Where do we go from here? Do you want to talk about Jushin Thunder Liger?
Yeah, former AEW star Joey Janela lost to Jushin Thunder Liger.
To former NXT star Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger returned at AML during WrestleCade. Big shock. Janela had an open challenge for the show, and all of a sudden out comes the man, the retired legend, Jushin Thunder Liger, to for one night give up the retirement. I get it. God bless. And he beat Joey, as he should. Everyone should beat Joey. Sounds like he was very excited to do this match though with Jushin Thunder Liger.
As he should be, but like we say this all the time when it comes to Joey, is the dude just knows everybody and can just somehow get a match with anybody. Like Liger was retired. He's been retired since 2020. I'm sure he's had plenty of offers to come out of retirement and to do something and whatever it might be. And almost 6 years after he retires, who does he face? Joey Janela. Like, of all people. Oh, go ahead.
So this wasn't actually a Janela call. This was AML. So Sean had posted about this. He said Liger came out of retirement. This is on Fightful Select for a shocking quick match with Joey Janela. Janela tells us that he did a show for AML months ago, and he was expecting to work George South at WrestleCade. He says he was told then he was working with Jushin Thunder Liger, and the promoter figured he would appreciate that. And then Janela's reply was, quote, "Should I blow you guys now or later?"
All right, fine. Maybe it wasn't a Janela call, but the fact that he was still the opponent, and maybe Liger doesn't know who Joey Janela is. Like, maybe he's just like, who am I wrestling? This guy? All right, sure. This is what I'll do. Maybe Liger has so much respect for the AML promoter that it was not going to matter, the opponent. I have to believe that Janela has enough cachet and enough of a reputation to where Liger was like, yeah, I'll face this guy. And if he didn't have that reputation, Liger would be like, yeah, I'm not going to face this guy. Like, I'm not going to put myself at this type of risk. I don't know this guy. I don't know how good he is. So Liger had to agree to it, whether AML made the reach out or not. Liger still had to agree to this. Again, I think this says a lot about Joey and where he is and how he is viewed with all of this stuff, because I think a lot of people trust him, and again, a lot of people know him. And say what you want about him, his work, his tweets, whatever you want to say. Like, the dude has a good reputation amongst his peers, and that counts for a whole lot more than whatever us dorks online are saying.
We are dorks, but Joey. He's proved his weight in gold over and over again, and I hope more people take real stock in the fact that he is, like you said, he's clearly trusted. His reputation is clearly intact with those who work with him and around him and know him. And like you said, he is the type of guy who you ask for someone's number, and yeah, he has it. He knows it. So good for Joey. I'm glad that he got this. He's Gray saying Janela is the one guy who can get that match in Saudi with Yokozuna. He find a way.
Put it past them.
He'll find a way. The man can use the dark arts, and everything will be fine.
I would not put it past Janela to be able to get that match, honestly.
Absolutely. So good for that. It sounds like that was a great opportunity, a great moment for Joey, and looks like the fans really enjoyed seeing Liger. Just it was short, but it was fun, and that's sometimes all wrestling needs to be, short and fun. Yeah, that's why micro wrestling gets over so much. Sorry, I'm there.
Wow.
And Claudio. Oh, so go ahead.
Short jokes over here.
Listen, at least mine are more tasteful than what you saw on Raw last week.
Yeah, I was saying
over these people.
I mean, I know they did like a segment with mini John Cena, but did they like make short jokes?
They absolutely made short jokes.
Oh, okay.
They like if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure they made short jokes.
I mean,
the man tried to get into the ring, and they were laughing at him because he couldn't get in the ring the jumping in the ring way from John Cena.
They like, I knew Dominic like kicked him and everything. Dominic didn't really say anything about him being short. I don't think.
Not in the way you would expect. If it were the 90s, they would be making all those jokes.
I mean, yes, but Dominic was just like, this is what we talked about and everything, and then he just kicked him, beat him up. I'm sure that, the announcers were possibly saying stuff, but I've blocked out commentary on all shows except for Bryan Danielson. That's the only commentator that I have not blocked out, because Bryan Danielson's the GOAT. That's why when people, I messed up last week and I was like, did they mention Anna Jay? People were like, yeah, they mentioned Anna Jay. Like, my bad, I didn't hear it. I block out commentary unless your name is Bryan Danielson. Sorry.
And him. Yeah, I know.
That's true. I can't block out Booker T either. Booker T is impossible to block out.
That's why he has the job. It's not because of what he says. It's because he is just impossible to block out. You can't. He lives in your dream. He's in the back of your brain. Earworms exist because of Booker T. Booker T is that earworm that just won't get out.
Yeah, he rules.
I hate you.
He's the best.
No. Oh, God. Anyway. Claudio walked into CMLL, walked out with the heavyweight championship, beats Gran Guerrero. 3-year reign is over. Long live Claudio.
6 title defenses in 3 years.
That's some GOAT level stuff from Gran Guerrero, let me tell you.
Yeah, I kind of respect it, honestly.
Big fan of it. I'm going to enjoy it. All right. Claudio's going to walk into the C2 with that title, and he's going to walk into that match with Moxley and just be like, yeah, look at this, you big dumb bitch.
Is he gonna wear the title? I mean, maybe he will, but I also wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't.
It's one of those things where it's like the CMLL titles have appeared more than most other titles when it comes to like cross-branded titles in AEW. I guess like the New Japan stuff in the CMLL, because there is an established deal there with AEW, but like people point out often that like you don't see Josh Alexander walking out with the Maple Leaf Pro title because there isn't an established partnership with AEW. There's just you can use their talent as long as they're not conflicting. So I could see him walking out with that title, putting over the fact that he won it on a CMLL aired show live, and that'll be that. But I don't really see them making a mountain out of that molehill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see if Claudio has it or not. I could easily see where he just doesn't have that title, and it's like they'll reference it. I no doubt that they'll reference it, but he definitely might not have the title. It would not surprise me if he doesn't have it.
Before we get into Survivor Series and everything that comes with it, so one thing from SmackDown that we made reference to it throughout the week, and that was The Miz getting re-included in the tournament. Now that you saw how they set it up, what did you think of how they did it? It's still okay. That's fine. I laughed. I laughed because it was the most Miz thing they could do. It was still lazy as hell. Don't get me wrong. I'm also willing to accept that it's possible that, Sheamus came to work that Friday and then realized, I can't. It was like he wasn't cleared and they couldn't just call someone random in on a Friday. I get it. If that's the case, then it's still lazy, but like I kind of see where they did it. Regardless, I did like the segment because it was so stupid. It was the only way that made sense for them to have him back in the tournament without him attacking somebody else. He wasn't going to attack Sheamus because he has no reason to. They weren't going to set up an angle. So instead, he plucks the name out of the ball that Nick Aldis is holding, while R-Truth, who is also in the room trying to get over, be like, take my balls. And he got Nick Aldis being like, no, you're in the match. But he's not in the match. So either Nick Aldis is really smart or everyone's really dumb, and R-Truth is too. And then while they're having that argument, Miz just kind of does the do-si-do with the names, and he's in, and because he's such a great actor, Jeremy, he's so excited when he gets his name pulled. The Oscar-winning Miz gets back into the tournament and promptly loses to LA Knight, yeah. But regardless, that's how they did it. That's how they put him back in.
I did like they actually explained why he was there instead of just him being there. Like, I like the backstage segment as it actually set it up instead of him just showing up, which would have been hilarious, but not actually done anything for him. But like, at the end of the day, Miz was your choice, and you could have gone with somebody else, and you didn't. You went with Miz. So
Truth could have lost to LA Knight, and no one would have been any more upset.
No, it would have been fine, but I just went with the Miz. Got to make sure the Miz has good heel heat for whatever reason. At some point, he'll lose to Carmelo Hayes, maybe WrestleMania.
Gonna stretch that out that far, huh?
Yeah, that's what they do. This is what we do.
Like, are they gonna do Miz and Maurice versus Carmelo and Kalani?
I don't think they'll go that far, but Kalani's got to turn again. She's got to be a babyface by that point.
I figure her losing the championship turns her babyface again.
Oh,
that's what happens. TNA is like the poison apple. You turn bad whenever you get it, but then you turn good again when you give it up. It's like the poison exits your body.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I feel bad talking about TNA. Like, no, I don't. Anyway, that was really the only thing from SmackDown that I wanted to pull up, just because it was an unaired segment. Well, we knew the matches, we knew the outcomes going into the show. I thought that was very funny just to point that out, because everyone wanted to know, how did they put the Miz back in? And they made it into something. At least they did that.
Yeah, they at least tried. Like, they gave an effort on that instead of doing nothing, which, again, low bar, but I'll take that they at least attempted to do something.
Good enough for me. Yeah. You know what wasn't good enough for me was the night after, when they aired the WarGames in the Survivor Series. Petco Park, 46,000 people. Jeremy's best show of 2025. No shark cages, Jeremy.
Yeah, because Brock wasn't gonna stand there the entire time looking like a geek just in the shark cage.
So I get that is kind of the prevailing sentiment from dickheads like us. I don't think it was actually so much that. I really think they just didn't have room for the shark cages.
I agree, but
you saw the entrances. You saw the entrance ramp, and it was like, oh, they weren't going to move. Listen, those are the $10,000 seats. They weren't going to lose $40,000 just to put some damn shark cages in. No way. So I get it though. My joke was they asked Brock to work 13, and he said, "I'll do 10." And that's what caused this whole stir up that WrestleVotes was reporting on. And then later on, Paul Levesque was like, "Oh, the sharks are in the water, and everyone's trying to get you up for position." And it's like, shut up, Paul. Anyway, the show happened. It was a 4-match show. They didn't add a 5th match like you and I talked about possibly happening. I thought maybe, again, you could have done a U.S. title open challenge match, something different. The tag title, because you brought back the Wyatts at the end of that. No, we're going to do 4 matches. We got to make room for all those commercials.
Yeah, you can't take away from commercials.
No, we got to show you the PS5 commercials and the cricket. I was watching on Netflix. I got the Netflix music instead, but I saw a couple of commercials. You got to make room for those commercials, baby.
Yeah, you gotta have the commercials. Like, you can't add more wrestling to the wrestling show.
No, it's too much wrestling.
This ruled. This company is amazing with how they format these things. Absolutely amazing. In 4 matches, the 2 WarGames matches at least had some length to them. That's what she said. But then all the commercials between and all the downtime, there's nothing happening on these shows. Absolutely nothing happening. And then the wrestling is like fine. It's all fine. There's nothing great in there. Like, these WarGames matches, I know we're gonna talk about them, but man, they were rough. They were so mundane. And this isn't even like a blood and guts comparison here. I do not need the over the top blood and violence that AEW does. I don't mind it. I'm not someone who's like, oh no, it's too much. Like, I think it's fine. But I don't need that from a War Games match. I do need something that makes it feel like these teams actually don't like each other and there's a real rivalry and heat between these two teams. And they don't do any of that. It just feels like a match for the sake of doing matches. And here's the cage and here's the War Games, and that's that. Like, it does not feel like there's any big rivalry to either of these. And I know we're going to talk about the Yeet spot, but the spots that actually annoyed me more was the women's War Games, and everyone's got to do their stupid fucking pose on the way down to the ring. Like, you're in War Games. This is supposed to be like, we hate each other. We really want to get after each other. And here's Rhea Ripley stopping at the top of the ramp to go, stomp.
You gotta stomp. You gotta do the stomp.
And Kyrie's doing all of her poses. And Charlotte at least came out first. I can't knock her. But like, everyone, Lash's got to do a pose. Nia's got to do a pose. The only person who actually didn't do the pose was AJ Lee. AJ Lee actually came down there and, walked out and then started running. Everyone's got to hit their pose. I'm like, can you not do this? Just get to the ring.
Jeremy, are you going to tell the people I was right, or are you going to tell the people I was right?
I don't remember what you say, Joel. I don't pay enough attention to you to know if you're right.
Valid point. I give you that. Two things I was right about. Well, number one was the winning of the match. I told you it was going to be AJ. I said pinning Becky, but she submitted Becky. Told you that was going to happen because every other woman in that match was part of a tag team, and maybe they'll give some credence to the tag team division moving forward for the rest of the year. Maybe not. I don't care. But the point is, got that right. Number two, I told y'all the build for this match the entire time has not been, War Games because we hate each other. It's been, yay, War Games, we get to play with toys in a big cage. It's always been psychopaths wanting to beat each other up with toys, not about the story of who hates who. The only person who hated anyone was AJ hating Becky, and that's why at least that worked. But everything else was just like, it's War Games, yay! And that is the most upsetting and obnoxious part of this. It's just like Elimination Chamber, where every year everyone's so excited to get in the chamber. It's like, no, you should be fearing for your life. You should be very upset that you have to go through this match because you got to beat the shit out of each other. You don't want to bleed. You don't want to get hit with weapons. You don't want to go through this anguish physically of being in a War Games match. You should be hating the idea of doing it, but you're doing it because you're with your team and you want to get the victory. There's no stakes, so there's certainly no reason to do it. But like, there's the only reason that this exists is so that they can say, yay, we did it. Now sell the toys with our names and likenesses on it. Io Sky having a branded trash can. Last year's was at least like colorful, and it was the pink and the purple, or the purple and the yellow. It looked beautiful. Like, you can do that. Artwork on a trash, fine. This year she came out with literally her name painted on the damn trash can and the lid, and it was like, all right, we jumped the shark. And I said, are they going to do the spot? Of course they're going to do the spot. Not only did they do the spot, Jeremy, but then she was pinning two women that she landed on. And what does the referee do? Not a goddamn thing. She was in full pinning position, and there was nothing. They didn't even try it because we had to keep going. There were more spots to do, Jeremy.
I'll defend Elimination Chamber and not selling the gravity of ending careers. Like, I know they do it in the hype packages, but the wrestlers, at least there are some stakes in the Elimination Chamber. Like, you're getting a world title match at WrestleMania in the Elimination Chamber. At least you're fighting for something on those shows. So you can be a little bit excited about doing that. And I actually do think like they do sell the gravity of that match better than they did War Games. Outside of the Cody promo, which sold the match more than the idea of the match, or the War Games portion of the match. It just kind of sold the competitors in the match. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of, hey, this is War Games. This is, this is a career defining match out here. They just did brawls to set this up. Let's do a brawl this week because Brock is back and Roman's back. Let's do a brawl this week because Brock and Roman are there. That was it. They care so much more about what can go viral, what can we create a moment out of, than actually doing something that tells a good story or plays into the stipulation of the match. I don't need the over-the-top nail board and tacks and staple guns and glass and everything else that AEW does. I don't mind it. I do think it adds the match has got blood and guts. Give me some blood and guts. They do a good job on that. They haven't had guts, but they do plenty of blood. This is War Games, which it just needs to feel more heated. And none of it felt heated. Just like, all right, come in, do your spots, wait around, do your spots, wait around, do your spots, and then maybe the match will end at some point. Again, none of it feels like there's actual heat and actual disdain for each other in these matches.
There's got to be some sort of in the middle. And this is something that Phil and I talked about during the post show for Survivor Series, where I said you're going to see a lot of people comparing Blood and Guts to War Games because they are similar style matches being held at the same time of the year for the first time ever. Usually Blood and Guts for AEW is a July summertime, it's never in the fall. This was the first time they really ran it in the fall, very close to Survivor Series and their War Games. So you're going to see a lot of people compare contrast. And there's no right answer because it's subjective entertainment, pal, but at least you have two very different presentations very quickly to pick from, and maybe one you like better than the other for different reasons, or maybe you disliked both for very similar reasons that are, like, again, juxtaposed, but still coming to the same conclusion of maybe it's excess, maybe it wasn't hard enough, maybe it was too hard. There's got to be something in the middle that can appease fans. But if you're trying to do that, then you're just trying to appease all fans instead of trying to find your base and finding what works for your people. And, from a business standpoint, well, there's a very different number coming from each show in terms of how much was made financially from War Games versus Blood and Guts.
And here's the thing. The majority of the WWE audience loves this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why when we talk about the heat portion, I can't knock it as much as I would love to knock it, and why I actually find this stuff hilarious. Like, why I find them, sure, do these poses, whatever, who cares? Because this is the shit the WWE audience actually loves. Like, they want to yeet. They just want to see Io jump off the cage with a trash can. They just want to see the viral moments. They're not concerned about like, oh, the gravity of the match. Ooh, this is a hard hitting cool match. Ooh, there's blood. They don't care about any of that stuff. They are there for the superstars and the entrances and the cool spots. That is what they are there for. And that is what WWE delivers. And for that, like, I don't have to like it. You guys don't have to like it. I completely understand if you don't. But it's working for them to an extent. Now, there's some down stuff when it comes to we've had this conversation before of like viewership, and the crowds are lower than what they were a year ago and everything. And I think there is a lot they talk a lot about the social media numbers because they try to create social media moments. That's their whole goal. And they do a good job of that. But this is the audience they're playing to. And yeah, they sold out or, did 40,000 in a baseball stadium. And they'll probably do it again next year. And as high as the ticket prices are for WrestleMania, they're still going to do 50, 60,000 at that stadium for both nights. So they're going to keep doing this style of wrestling until it's no longer working for them. And until the audience actually does dwindle, the live audience dwindles. And then they might be forced to change some things up. But until then, they're going to keep doing with what is making them a ton of money.
And Graves is saying, they'll do WarGames next year. Why? Because they sold out a $46,000 ball or 46,000 person ballpark based off of WarGames, and it's true. That's the one thing that WWE.
John Cena helped.
John Cena did a huge help. Absolutely, it was his last PLE, and we'll get into that. But like, the idea is, they get the site fee, they put it at the venue that they deem most logical for the money and for the expectation of the matches and all that. And like, there is a machine there. There is a machine there, whether you like it or not. So they're going to do it again also because WarGames, we talked about, WarGames is the last like Triple H led event that came in, because Elimination Chamber was their answer to WarGames when they couldn't legally do WarGames. That was Triple H being like, I want WarGames, but we can't do it, so we're going to do it differently. So that is legally different from WCW and what trademarks they did or didn't have. Because War Chamber at one point was MLW, and then Cody got it, and then Cody gave it. Regardless, that was Elimination Chamber. Once they got WarGames back for NXT, it was like, oh, all hands on deck. Triple H wants that. And that's the one event that is going to happen every year on the calendar where it's at. And that's the way it is. Hell in a Cell got busted off because they didn't need it there anymore as like an annual event. They stripped off like Extreme Rules. They stripped off those every year it's on the calendar. We got to do TLC type of PLEs. But WarGames is going to stay because that is the Triple H one. That is the Paul Levesque program that he wants to do. Whether they book it properly, that's another conversation.
Yeah. This year just felt, again, and some people said it was an all-star game. And that's what it felt like. Like, hey, we got these big stars. Again, we don't need to do a ton in these matches. We have top-tier stars. Why do we need to do crazy stuff? That's why I don't think they really did. Like, there was the EO spot. Was there anything in the men's match that was really over the top? Like, even Logan didn't do something insane in the match. If anybody was going to do something, you would think him or the Usos might do something crazy. And Bronson, after last year, I understand why he didn't want to do really anything. Braun took the toughest bump of the match, but on paper, that wasn't a crazy bump. It was a doomsday device. You see that every couple of months in wrestling. Like, it's not
Cody jumping off.
Yeah, it's Cody. Yeah, Cody did jump off onto just Drew too. So
yeah, that's because they had to.
That was a hell of a catch by Drew. This was one person, see the parting of the Red Sea with multiple people. Oh, good job by Drew to get him on that one. Yeah, but all right, Cody jumped off the cage. Still not like you expect at least one person to jump off the cage. Nobody went through like a table from the top of the cage. It wasn't like some type of big move like Ciampa hitting the air raid crash on Cole off the top, or again Bronson being a guy that size coming off. Like it was just Cody jumping off, which is fine. But you kind of expect bigger spots than that in WarGames. It wasn't there.
None of those guys wanted to do that shit.
Yeah, I know. And look, I don't. Again,
they were too busy arguing about what spot they were coming in at.
Like, I don't. You would not expect Brock to do anything like that. Punk, Roman. You wouldn't expect any of them to do that. Again, Bronson, I understand there might be a little hesitation after last year. Braun, all right. Like, I can understand why he maybe wouldn't want to do anything. But like the Usos, Logan, I definitely expected to do something dumb because that's kind of his thing. And the fact that like he didn't even do anything dumb, he's like, nah, we're good. We're good.
Well, it's because they wanted to make sure that he'd be okay for Cena's last match when he has the match against CM Punk.
I don't think Logan's facing CM Punk on that show.
Well, we'll find out because if you're listening to Triple H, tonight's going to be epic.
Yeah, I wrote that article just because like I knew people would kind of dunk on it because it's such a
It's this hyperbolic bullshit
yeah,
post
yeah.
tweet.
It means nothing. It
Oh,
really means nothing. Like him saying it's going to be epic. He used epic about 10 different times during his show. It's his version of great and tremendous because Tony uses great and tremendous every single interview. Triple H uses epic. And that's all he did. He just called it epic because he calls everything epic. He called the men's WarGames match epic. Again, he just throws that word out there. It's meaningless to him, but it's very funny to me to write that headline, knowing people are going to be like, Survivor Series sucked. This show's gonna suck.
the big angle they're gonna do is who was that masked man, which, hold on, we'll get there. We'll get there. I know that's your favorite, but let's talk about the rest of the card. Do you want to do the let's do the women's title match, because I don't think there's much to say. By the way, going back to the women's war games, I thought the gear that they were wearing was really cool. There was a lot of stuff going on there that I thought was worth throwing out. I thought Charlotte wearing the gear from the 7-year-old girl who has the brain tumor that she's been battling. I thought that was really, really cute gear. Goes with the shirt and the stuff that we were talking about on Friday that they released, right?
Yes, I apologize to WWE and to Charlotte for being like, what is this design? Because not knowing the design came from a child who has cancer. So I apologize to Charlotte and the child, and a little bit to WWE, because maybe they should have put that on all of this beforehand. I wouldn't have said anything.
They're probably waiting for someone to sign the releases to let it out there. We're still putting it out there, but we're just not going to tell you how until you sign this. But, they did that, and then that was good. Nia Jax coming out in the Padres City Connect colors, that was cute. I thought the gear looked good, and Rhea doing the Terrifier gimmick, Art the Clown, and now there's teasing of her being in the movie that's coming out, the next Terrifier. So cool. That was a nice little addition.
Isn't Chris Jericho in one of those movies?
Chris Jericho's in everything.
Yeah, I do think he is in like one of those though, right?
Probable. He's a huge horror fan. He loves horror and conspiracy and dates in January that are in the first week. He likes a lot of things.
I feel like he's in Terrifier too. Yeah.
There you go. So now Rhea's going to take up the mantle for Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
In movie appearances and Terrifier appearance. That's what I'm talking about. Movie appearances.
Oh, people are saying he's in the third one as well. All right. Well,
sure.
He's also apparently in the second one. I don't know. I've never seen a single second of these Terrifier movies, but there you go.
I've been told they're like the Gen Z version of It.
Well, there's a lot of murder, so I can respect that.
No, that's fair. Let's get Charles Mason back on the show.
Yeah, horror films aren't really my thing, so I'm not someone who's gonna like go out of my way to watch this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get it. So anyway, I thought the gear all worked. I thought the women they all came out wearing some great gear. I don't think there was anyone else that really stood out. Alexa Bliss Gamer is going to say Alexa Bliss, of course, was probably wearing something. But yeah, otherwise, it was good. But let's do the women's title match. Stephanie Vaquera beats Nikki Bella in a match that was, like I said on the post show, perfectly serviceable, cromulent, if you will. To which Phil said, "Look at this guy busting out the $5 words so that the Bella stands don't come after him." And you know what? Shut up, Phil. Just because you're right doesn't mean you need to say it. The match was fine. The match was, again, I did say
Joel Pearl fine.
It was literally Sean tweeted out like, I'm in the air during Survivor Series. How's the show? And my reply was like, ITW viewers, you know the word. It was fine. It was, I've said this before and I said it on the post show. Nikki Bella works really well as a heel character. She works really well as a heel wrestler. She doesn't have to do as much, which is weird because normally heels do more, but she can get away with just being a chicken shit heel and people do the moves to her and she sells well. For that, like, she did a good job, but there was no heat in this match. There was no reason for this match. The turn was bad, the build was bad, and as a result, the match was good in execution, but lacked in any sort of engagement, emotional engagement. So Stephanie wins, and LOL, we move on.
I know people got mad at Sean of like, oh, what has Nikki done to earn a title shot as far as wins and losses? And those people are dumb because I'm in agreement with him. Of she's like 1-6 since her return. Her only singles win was her first singles match back against Chelsea Green.
Chelsea, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, she's lost every single singles match she has won. Like, I know Nikki's a big star. I know Nikki has a great reputation and everything. But you gotta you gotta give these people some wins to make them feel a little bit credible. Like, because she didn't feel credible going into this at all, and the crowd reacted in such. Like, she did not. The crowd didn't care because I don't think the crowd bought that Nikki had any real chance at winning. Again, she turned cool, but they weren't on television a ton. Nikki got the one promo after the attack. Stephanie did a bunch of backstage promos, and Nikki didn't get any wins. And the crowd again reacted in kind. Like, well, we don't really care about this. Like, they did their work. Both of them worked hard, but it was a match that existed.
It's a
and
match.
40,000 people in Petco Park watched it live.
46,016, Jeremy. Get
Allegedly.
it right.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to get it right. By the way, Mother was still serving, so everyone was happy.
I do like Nikki Bella. She does rule.
Yes.
But
Slay Queens.
They haven't put her in a great position with all of this stuff. Like, she just loses. She's a big old loser. That's it. Dork-ass loser.
Very funny that Pile Driver Finisher just points out. It's funny there are no trolls on this podcast saying y'all are too negative. That's just because people know who we are. And we're going to give it to all sides. I am an equal opportunity hater. I say it all the time. And like, listen, this show, first of all, Survivor Series just wasn't a very good show. But also, like, we tell it. We'll tell you what was good and what was bad. We're not going to bury everything. We're going to give something.
I'll bury all of it.
Oh, that's fair.
SP3 is going to be mad at me when I praise the Yeet segment.
He's already in the chat being like, you give him to Joel Pearl, fine. This match this all sucks. It's overrated. It's like, oh, sure, whatever, man. That's the beauty of wrestling, is that everything might suck to someone and someone else might find something entertaining out of it. It was a short ass show. That was the worst part. That was the most egregious part. A 4-hour show that could have been 2 because you had to get all the ads in. And as a result, I'm like sitting there with Phil being like, how the hell are we going to get an hour out of this? We didn't. We did not. We got 55 minutes and that was trying to stretch out. That was with 3 ad reads, by the way. We had to stretch some shit out. So just to give you an idea of what WarGames was like watching live. I started it at 8:30, Jeremy. Best idea I ever had because I caught up right by the main event match.
I don't know if the fast forward feature works on ESPN. I haven't tried it, so I have no idea. But yeah, I watched the show live. I got through it.
Use your VPN. Use the VPN. I promise.
I don't have a VPN.
Oh, anyway, you should. We have one.
I know.
Yeah.
It's relatively inexpensive. Like, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cheap.
It is cheap. That's why we talked about like the monthly breakdown is like $2.83 a month. NordVPN.com/Fightful. There's a free one. Let's get to the men's war games. We're on main today, so at least I can do it and it doesn't feel out of place. They sponsor this channel. It's sponsor Overbooked yet. Anyway, men's war games. So the match that happened. Did you know that if you leave the cage before the 5th person comes in to start the war games, it doesn't matter and your team doesn't get disqualified, Jeremy? Did you know this?
We're doing we're doing the men's war. We're not doing Cena and Dom?
Which was the main event, really.
All right. That's
we can do Cena. Let's do Cena. I forgot about the Cena match for a minute.
Wow. What a hater.
So many things happened, Jeremy. It was a busy night.
Forgetting the Cena match. What a hater.
Cena
does the best match on the show.
John Cena does not crack 101 victories in PLE. He only makes it to 100. Only lifetime 100 PLE victories. This was his last one at the Survivor Series, and He lost, Jeremy, in the most spectacular John Cena fashion. It took so many people to put him down, but damn it, he went down. It took 3 women and 2 other men, plus his opponent and the referee, and eventually John Cena lost. The most Super Cena-ass match, but it was very entertaining. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. The dichotomy is huge, and I love it. John Cena drops the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio, once again, the Intercontinental Champion. Most importantly, Liv Morgan returned and did her version of the John Cena heel turn in a move that to many made no sense given what was going on. I'm sure they'll pull out the whole story later, but Liv came back and she's back with Dom. Kicks Cena right in the testicles. So Jeremy Lambert, you know what that means. Liv Morgan has won at wrestling for the week, in my eyes. You kick a man in the testicles, you win. That's how you win at wrestling, especially when it leads to the finish.
How did the move make no sense? Why?
It's not that it made no sense. It's just that the common belief was if you're watching at home, you see what the other woman has been doing to try and get your attention. Why are you not angry at the man? Why isn't she angry at Dom for basically joining up with Roxanne? Because maybe there was no physicality, because there was no emotional bond for him.
What do you mean they haven't done anything with Dom and Roxanne lately?
Why weren't they making out the entire time Liv was out?
They haven't done anything with them. They were so far on the back burner that it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that they reintroduced them as a thing, and that's when everybody, at least me, was like, oh, Liv's coming back soon, because now they've decided to remind you that Dom and Roxanne kind of had a little thing going. The whole story's been Dom being the Judgment Day being pissed off at Dom for being selfish and everything. There's been nothing with Roxanne. Absolutely nothing. So
why weren't they having sex, Jeremy?
Liv coming back and like doing the fake turn on Dom and then kicking Cena. It made plenty of sense. It's like, oh, here's another ruse that they are pulling here because they are these 2 masterminds who like to do these ruses and everything. So I thought this made plenty of sense. They did this to pull a ruse on John Cena, because again, that's what they do. I thought it made sense. It would have made no sense for her to attack Dom, because they haven't done enough with Dom and Roxanne to make you be like, why? Dom hasn't done shit. He's just been chilling, winning titles. He's hung out with El Grande Americano more than Roxanne. Liv should kick the shit out of him. That's who's really trying to steal her, man.
Are you suggesting a gay Latino storyline? Because I am not. I'm not against this idea, Jeremy. Not against it. Grande Americano having to take on Liv Morgan. Yes, let's go. You try to take my man, I'm taking you back. Grande is just being like, you don't understand. We have feelings.
That's who she should be really mad at. But yeah, I thought this made plenty of sense. The injury spot was fantastic. Like, they did it so well. You know, they did show the replay, and that's when I was like, oh, usually they're not going to show the replay. They cut away and everything. But yeah, it looked, it looked rough. And then like you could see Cena like kind of check on him and everything. You could hear Dom being like, I can't move it. I can't move my shoulder. Like, they sold it very well. And again, maybe they showed the replay too much. Maybe they stayed on Dom too much. Although the announcers did a good job selling it. And then once Raquel and Roxanne attacked Cena, it was like, oh, are they just like killing time to do something? And no, it was all a ruse. But like, I thought that was very well done. It was good stuff there. The match itself was good. It was the best match on the show to me. And yeah, Cena it took 3 women and 3 men and a dumb referee to effectively beat him. Which, okay, but this is my issue now of his run this year it hasn't been good. And it hasn't been good from like a story perspective. but it hasn't been good of like from a wins-loss perspective to where now he goes into this last match. And what does it mean to beat John Cena when he is 7-6, I think, on this year, and 10-6-1 overall, but 7-6 in singles matches? Like, what does it mean to actually beat John Cena? 6 people have beaten him this year. So if you beat him in his last match, like, all right, cool. He just lost his previous match. I know it took an entire faction to beat him, but he still lost. So big deal. You beat John Cena. So is everybody else this year. It's not this big like achievement at this point. That's why I thought he should have just won this match, because at least you have him on some good momentum going into his final match. It's like, okay, well, the last time he lost was Brock, which was stupid, but it's Brock, and they put him on this pedestal. He's just losing. He's losing to Dom. Like, fine, I like Dom, but he shouldn't be losing these matches ahead of his last match.
So now that this has all happened and you've said all of this, do you still think it's Gunther and John Cena at Saturday night's main event? Or would you do Jay versus John Cena so that you can do Yeet versus You Can't See Me taunt over and over and over again? You can't see me. Like the story with Cena and Jay would at least be, Jay was the one who started the whole John Cena downfall at the beginning of the year. So let's close the year with John Cena getting his win back, which is not really what it would be because he got pushed off the ring at the Royal Rumble. That's how he lost the Rumble, was Jay winning and beating Cena, blah, blah, blah. So like you could play that a little bit and at least there's a story. Whereas Gunther is just going to be like, you're the most beatable man in wrestling that I'm going to retire today. And it's like, yeah, he's right. And then what if he loses to John Cena? Does Gunther look? I know that Gunther like doesn't really lose when he loses, but for him to come back, do this tournament, and then lose ultimately to John Cena, I don't think that works well for Gunther. Unless you're going to give him a hell of a monstrous push after this, where he goes on a rampage and beats everyone and looks unstoppable. But you've done that before with him, so I don't know if Gunther really being the last guy just to lose to Cena makes sense. But if Gunther's going to go in and win, then I guess it's okay. They're finding a way to at least make it a little more convoluted. And then there's LA Knight, and LA Knight versus John Cena is something that you could do. Yeah.
I'd have Solo Sikoa win this tournament, and I'd have Cena beat him in 5 seconds to make up for that shit in Saudi Arabia the other year. That's how I'd book this thing at this point. Perfect. Send everybody home happy. Cena beats Solo in his last match. LA Knight doesn't have to take a loss. Jey Uso doesn't have to take a loss. Gunther doesn't have to take a loss. Just do Solo, have Cena beat him, and everybody's happy off of that.
Sure. I'm fine with it. Oh God, if only Austin Theory was around to do this. He could have been the guy. We could have done that one last time just to have Austin Theory, John Cena. John Cena brings out all the Make-A-Wish kids in this scene. He's like, this time I'm going to do it right, guys. And this time he actually gets the win. Anyway, John Cena wins the Intercontinental Championship. Or sorry, John Cena drops it. He lost it. He won it, and then he lost it to Dominic Mysterio. Liv Morgan is back, and the Judgment Day is stronger than ever until the end of the month when I'm sure they have more fractures again. So that was fun. Good match, though. I thought it was a fun match. That was well put together, well paced. It was so silly and stupid, but it was the best thing on the show.
Yeah, like
fun.
John Cena still knows how to elicit the emotion and draw people in, and Dominic is also great at that. So it was the best match on the show. I don't know. I'm not even sure it was close, honestly.
Yeah. You see this Yannick Turcotte and Tyrell Bauer fight?
What? Who?
This is a hockey fight.
No. Wait,
it's the Manitoba Moose.
Okay. We're talking AHL fights?
Yeah. I just saw it come across my timeline. I watched it, and at the end, Bauer is on top of Turcotte, and like Turcotte's a bloody mess, and they're just on top of each other. and one of them like kisses the other almost like an I'm sorry, you're welcome type of moment. It's good stuff. You should watch this fight.
It sounds like it was better than everything on Survivor Series, so sure.
I'm watching it. It's 20 seconds of like, yeah, this is really good. The fight's not very long, but like there was blood, there was drama, everyone was feeling something by the end of it. So that's the match you should watch is Turcotte versus Bauer from the AHL this weekend. This rules. I'm going to retweet this thing because it rules. Watch more hockey, folks. I promise it's more fun than wrestling. What's left? The men's WarGames match.
Are we talking about the women's WarGames, or did we kind of?
We did. We opened with it.
Oh,
yeah. All right. Remember talking about trash cans, and it's time to celebrate WarGames, and everyone's happy and everyone's excited for WarGames. Remember we did that?
Yeah, I didn't know if there was anything else to that. I thought Lash Legend ruled. She kills people.
Yeah, she's your favorite. She is your favorite.
Dude, I forget who she hit. It might have been Alexa that she hit like that pump kick on, or Charlotte. She just completely wiped them out with it. You throw a strong forearm and a strong pump kick, you're automatically in my top 5 wrestlers. And she does both of those things. So good on Lash Legend. Got engaged with Trick Williams over the weekend. Well, on Thanksgiving as well. So congratulations to them.
Got a big old rock from that too.
Well,
no, I mean that.
Yeah, I know.
It's a giant engagement ring. Good for them, man. Yeah. Listen, I'm not making fun of it.
He's got that TNA money. He's got that TNA champ money.
Let's talk about it. Honey, where'd you get the money for this? Let's talk about it. Proceeds not to talk about it.
I love Trick. He's fantastic. He starts every answer with "Let's talk about it," and it's so good.
And then he just doesn't proceed to talk about it.
Sometimes he talks about
when he's a babyface, he talks about it. When he's a heel, he just says, "Let's talk about it," and then he moves on from something else. It's like AJ Styles being like, "We'll put a pin in that and come back to that last match in TNA thing," which he then never comes back to. It's the same thing, just a little different. Anyway, yeah, Lash was great in that match. So shout out to her, man. Listen, making the most of your minutes and being paired. I said this on the post show. Being paired with Nia Jax is like, it's not a kiss of death because Nia's been around for so long. They're both like bigger women than most of the roster. So you're going to want those two powerhouses working together, which you need that. You need that. And for her to work with Nia, it's good. You saw Nia kind of coach her through some of the spots, which feel about that how you will. But I think those two working together for the next little bit, that could be some good fun stuff, especially if Lash is going to beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, Lash just tossing around these smaller women. That's what I'm here for.
Pile Driver asking, why does he say let's talk about it like it's a question?
He doesn't. He wants to talk about things.
Let's talk about human rights abuses. Let's talk about it. Proceeds not to talk about it.
I like Trick. I look forward
to about factory farming. Let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about? And another thing.
I look forward to him maybe doing something on the main roster. Maybe.
He'll go back to TNA first. It's fine.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Anyway.
Yeah, they did, like, her being the last entrant.
Yeah.
Like, it makes some sense because outside of Nia, she is like the big powerhouse and everything, but no one knew her music. And she's the newest on the main roster. She's the least over on the main roster. And she was always going to get the smallest pop out of all of these women. It was going to be her. So her being like the last entrant, it's like, oh, like she did not come off, at least on the entrance, as like a big star. But then once she got in the ring and started murdering people, it's like, oh, okay, we're a fan of this person now.
She needs new music because that music is not, it doesn't fit what she does. I don't care what genre of music it is. It's just not good. It's like, let's get it, girl. Just get it, girl. And you're just like,
you did like a country bumpkin. That's some Michael Ray ass remix of her music.
That's how it feels to me sometimes.
I don't know.
It's not good.
I don't know if it's necessarily the music is not good. Like, I don't think it's great, mind you. But it's also like no one knew it.
Right.
We haven't heard it in forever. When was her last singles entrance? It was probably an NXT. And I don't even know if it was the same music she was using in NXT.
Oh
'Cause
yeah. She's been using the same ass
Okay.
music, yeah. And it's just not good. It's just not good. And then you gotta make something different for her that fits. Like again, I don't care. Get a better beat that just fits how she comes out. And then maybe don't have it just repeat, let's get it, girl, go get it, girl, over and over and over again. It's not very good music.
The problem is it needs this.
Sorry, she competed for the Evolve Women's Championship against Kendall Gray at the end of October.
Allegedly.
Well, it was on TV. She's been on TV.
Okay. Well, I don't remember her theme. She hasn't been on main roster with this theme, though.
No, it's because she just started on the main roster recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with her music is it doesn't, you don't know it's her because it doesn't start with Lash Legend and then the music kicks in. That's what it's got to start with.
You need more of that.
It should start. I'm saying give her a City Girls theme.
No, just so many beeps. Just censors.
Lash Legend, I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Don't fuck with Flash Legend. I don't care what again. Just something that fits what she's doing, because this ain't it for me, at least. There's a billion different styles. It was just funny as hell. Amazing. Anyway, Lash was great. Hopefully they change her theme. That's really what it comes down to.
And then AJ Lee won. Like, all right.
That's what I told y'all it would be,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I told y'all it was the only match. The only match that they had to set up for was that. She's the bougie bully. That's right. Ask Michael Cole to explain bougie and see what he comes up with.
Oh boy.
Don't want to do that.
I feel like Michael Cole might actually know Bad and Bougie by the Migos. Because that was a very popular song. So I feel like he might make, and Quavo is a wrestling fan, so I feel like he might make a Migos reference to explain Bougie Bully. That would be my only thread there.
There were a few weeks where Pat McAfee was helping him out, making him more literate to common culture, current culture, pop culture.
Oh, okay.
It was that, and then he made him yeet, and that was over.
Yeah.
Never forget that 1 week, yeet, and that was the last of it.
Lab blast. They got Becky. Becky's got a full-on theme out here.
Yeah, the man has come around.
Yeah.
Does any other woman have lyrics besides those two?
Asuka?
Any woman. Yeah, Asuka's another one. Yeah, that's true. Kyrie. Yo. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm sure other people will. Lyra. They have woos.
Yeah, I think that counts as like full-on lyrics.
No, I'm talking words to a song. AJ. Yeah, AJ Lee, of course, because she's got her old theme.
Yeah, Naya's got some some lyrics now.
Oh, they do. Yeah, she's not like most girls. That's in there. That's right. Does Thea Hale have lyrics? I never hear her theme anymore.
Yeah, she's taken Joe Hendry's theme, unfortunately.
Yeah, hopefully that stops. Yeah, Chelsea Green has them. She's a hot mess. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
There are other
lyrics. Tiffany's got lyrics. Drop.
Yeah, what are those?
I want to see you drop. She's saying drop.
Yeah, but what's the other part?
It's Tiffy time?
No. No, the opening has actual there's something.
The opening is it's Tiffy time.
Yes, but then it says other things.
It's Tiffy time. Drop. I want to see you drop.
What are we dropping?
That's all it says. I don't know what other lyrics you're talking about.
There are other lyrics. I know it because I try to listen for them every week.
Drop. I'm going in. Drop. I want to see you drop. Feeling bass drop. It's just drop. That's all she said. Drake actually stole her lyrics in the beef with Kendrick Lamar.
That's awful. Look it up.
He was like drop. It was all the Tiffany Stratton reference. Nobody caught it though.
Man, it's bad.
I'm going in. I want to see you drop. I love that song. That shit bangs.
Bass so loud, it's in my skin. There it is.
Oh, is that okay?
According to Music's Match, which I'm sure is just an AI generator. Oh, there it is. Drop, I'm going in. Bass so loud, it's in my skin. Drop, I want to see you drop.
Yeah, just drop. I'm going in, drop. I want to see you drop, 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 drop.
Okay, so bass so loud it's in my skin. There, that's the one. That's the lyric.
That part doesn't actually exist.
Bianca also has lyrics in her theme.
Nikki's got lyrics, right?
Nikki Bella, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's plenty.
There's plenty of lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fatal Influence, of course. SP3 is not here to do
I want to see you drop. Going in, drop. It's Tiffy time. That theme's great.
Anyway, SP3 knows the Fatal Influence theme, and so does Phil, as we found out a couple weeks ago on Grapsody. He like sang the whole thing. It was very funny. So there you go. Blake Monroe also has lyrics apparently.
I don't know her theme that well.
Yeah, neither do I. ITW karaoke when we all get together in a big old room with no cameras.
Nah, there's karaoke there's videos out there. We did an album, the karaoke album. Were you part of this, Joel? The Fightful karaoke? Yeah. Pulowski and I did Judas on this album. So I think we created a video for it as well. So there's video of Pulowski and I doing Judas. We did that in separate rooms though. There's video of me doing Shake It Off, me and Denise doing Blank Space, me, Sean, Alba, and Connor Casey doing Friends in Low Places, me and SP3 doing Creed, and me and SP3 doing Limp Bizkit. There's video circulating somewhere of all of these things. So yeah, we do the karaoke. There's Denise and Sean doing My Way as well. So yeah, we've done the karaoke before. Anytime we do anytime at least me, anytime like I go to any of these events, I always try to set up like some karaoke stuff because I love the karaoke. That's very fun for me.
Well, we'll do it at a major event when we all get together and do the hot tub streams.
Yeah, I don't know what event I'm going to in the near future. Probably not.
Me too. Hey, you want to go to Vegas for Mania Week?
Vegas? No.
Vegas, baby. Let's go.
I don't feel like I'd be fun in Vegas.
Vegas isn't about having fun, Jeremy. It's about working.
I don't want to work either, though. That's the thing.
We just want to bang on the drum all day.
If I'm going to go, I want to have fun. But I don't think I would have fun in Vegas. It's not really my scene. I just hang out in my hotel the entire time, and that doesn't seem like the best use of Vegas is to hang out in the hotel and talk to my wife on the phone the entire time.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just be on the phone with my wife. I miss you so much. I just want to come home. This place sucks.
Is that what you were doing when you came to my place? Damn.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Again, I just it doesn't seem like the best use of Vegas to me.
That's true. There you go. Ken's saying I've been there twice for work and once for Mania. I go to Vegas often enough, and I'm good. I'm good enough.
Yeah, if I'm gonna go, I have a friend out in Vegas. I would hang out with him. I don't want to work. I don't like going on these trips to work. Everyone knows that about me. Yeah, if we went with Jensen, then he'd force me to have fun. But Jensen would just be
with your money the whole time.
Yeah, Jensen would just be asking me for money.
He'd be sitting there being like, Jeremy, sportsbook. Okay, I found this arena. It's in Henderson, so we got to drive over there. But they take bets on how many times they're gonna sip their water during this Fortnite fight. So go ahead, come on, let's go. By the way, can I borrow $4,500? Don't ask questions. Here's the money and enjoy your trip.
I feel like I would do Vegas with Jensen. Jensen would be a good time in Vegas. But yeah, I don't want to do any work with any of this stuff. I work too much, so I don't want to go to wrestling to work more. I want to go just hang out and have fun and just not have to work. Just see some pals, see some friends, whether it be peers or other wrestlers and stuff, and watch them work. I don't want to actually do anything myself. Otherwise, I'd just rather stay home.
Yeah. I think when I went for Mania, the only time that I like had time in my room was when I forced myself on day 2 of Mania to like stay in my room because I had a pounding headache and I was exhausted. So like I forced myself to chill out and just be in my room for that day. Other than that, I was out and about and doing stuff the whole time, and it was more frustrating than anything because it was all trying to get work stuff done. But yeah, you figure out a way. It's Vegas.
Yeah, if I go, like, I don't want to go for work. I just want to go. I want to go and hang out and have a good time. And the good time for me would largely just be being in my hotel room and talking to my wife on the phone.
Man, hotel rooms are awful. Again, in a hotel room, all I need, let's try chill out with my Del Taco when I'm going to the collective. All I needed for WrestleMania, for a hotel, any hotel, when I go anywhere, I need a mini fridge and I need an internet connection with an Ethernet port if I can, because nobody's using the Ethernet ports, and then I don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi being shit. Those are the 2 things that I need. Used to be 3, but now I forget what the third thing is, so it clearly doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anyway, men's WarGames. This is the match that happened. Once again, if you leave the cage before the match starts officially, it is not a disqualification. Everyone needs to be in the cage. So really all that means is at any time during a WarGames match, if you're not the last person out, just walk out and go beat the shit out of someone. The match hasn't started. No one's going to forfeit based on that. So that precedent's been set. Brock beat up Roman Reigns. That was your big spot, by the way, the through the announce table. That was the whole thing.
Sure. Everyone goes to the announce table. Like, sure.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Jules is saying she goes to Vegas in the winter. 3 days is the limit. That's perfect. 6 days for me in Vegas, awful. Never doing that again. I learned my lesson.
I've
Anyway,
never been to Vegas. I don't know.
You're better off. You really are.
Okay.
You just are. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes, the heels win this year's WarGames. Brock Lesnar, not part of the finish. Roman Reigns, not part of the finish. Braun Breaker pins CM Punk, so I'm sure they're going to use that to serve as some sort of Braun Breaker CM Punk story. Maybe into the Rumble, going into Mania, whatever it is. Who knows? At one point, Braun Breaker, everyone's talked about it by now, but he takes that heart attack and he lands right on his damn head.
The Doomsday Device was heart attack.
It's the same thing. They're all the same.
No, it's not.
All moves look the same.
No.
They all look the same, Jeremy. Anyway, takes the Doomsday Device heart attack, whatever you want to call it, and lands on his head.
Call it by its proper name. It was a Doomsday
Device. A heart attack. So anyway, he takes the move, lands on his neck. Cameras don't shoot him for a long extended period of time. Even CM Punk went over to him at one point to try and do something, and medical was like, no. So he's fine, allegedly. The reporting is he's okay, which I hope so. He is a Steiner, so it makes sense. But that was a moment that was definitely noticed and reacted to. But he's okay. But he gets the win. His team wins the WarGames, and to celebrate, Paul Heyman pushed a small child.
Yeah.
That was the match. Nothing else happened. I promise.
This match, like, it was going well. Like, it was cruising along. It wasn't bad. And then they did the yeet spot, which let's talk about it.
So Jey Uso comes out. He does not get to do the yeet. Instead, he gets to come in and start beating up people. And then eventually he's beating up and he looks at the camera and his brother looks at the camera and CM Punk's like, why are you looking at the camera? And Bronson Reed's behind him just being like, he's selling. He's like, don't look at the camera. So Jey looks at the camera and he does the knocked over my microphone doing that. And then they start playing the song and it's one thing to do the yeet in the crowd and maybe walk around the ring doing this and getting people into it. But this fool climbs to the top of the cage.
Yeah.
He starts straddling it and grabbing on like he's working magic. Sorry. I'm not going to go there. So he's straddling and working that pole. And that was it. Brock comes out and that's what got us to the end of the match.
this is why I can't help but just laugh at the stupidity and the absurdity of this company. Is because they're just doing this in the middle of WarGames. And it's like they're telling you this shit ain't serious. They're literally telling you in the middle of this match, this is not a serious match. Because if it was, you would not be doing this. You would actually, try to beat up your opponent in an effort. I know the match hadn't officially started, so you couldn't win it yet. But you would at least try to beat up your opponent to wear them down. So when the match does start, you can win the match. And instead of doing that, like, no, let's do a yeeting in the middle of this whole thing. And because of that, I'm just like, okay, I can't get mad at it. I don't have the energy to get mad at it because they are explicitly telling you this is all for shits and giggles. And if you were going to at least tell me that, I will accept it. Like, all right, fine. If this is what you're doing, more power to you. Again, the crowd loved it. Crowd was into it. All great with that. And that's what they do, right? They're there to sell a moment. They're there to do something viral. And they're not so concerned about what's actually taking place in the match or the overall structure of the match. Okay. Again, the crowd loved it. That's who they're playing to. The audience of 45,000, whatever it was, allegedly or announced. They're there to play to those 45,000. Those 45,000, the majority of them seemed to love it. So, cool. Good on them for it.
It's all part of the show, man.
I can't get mad at them doing this when they are saying this shit just doesn't matter. Like, all right, if it doesn't matter to y'all, then it doesn't matter to me. You want to do this? I thought it was hilarious. I was just like, of course they would do something like this. Why wouldn't they do something like this?
You kind of saw it coming in a way because he's like, why wouldn't they? You should have seen it coming if anything else.
I love how Jay was gonna get serious for those 2 weeks. He's like, I'm not Roman. I'm gonna take all these things serious. And Punk's like, you gotta be your own person. And even Roman is like, you need to listen to me and knock off all this stuff. And then Jay is just like, nah, it's just cooler to yeet in the middle of this match. Maybe it's part of the story, folks, of, see, he's not taking it serious. See, if he would have listened to Roman and Punk and been serious, they would have won the match. It's a long-term storytelling that we are all just missing because we think it's just reduced to yeeting in the middle of WarGames.
Well, when in doubt, yeet it out. Do we still have the button? Of course we do. And this is the funny thing is that everyone goes back to this and it's just it's just like Sammy with the we're not we don't really do political stories in our company, and everyone's like, well, how did that age? Jey Uso being like, I'm more than just an entrance, and then proceeding to run it back at every single appearance.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Funniest shit in the world. And it just it's funny. And Roman is the most unserious person too, because Roman Reigns finishes a match, a couple months ago and says, I don't want to see y'all till Christmas. And then he proceeds to show up before Thanksgiving and be like, I love my family.
Did you hear the explanation he gave for that in the pre-show?
No, what did he say?
Oh, so he did the interview. I think it was with Jackie. He did this interview with Jackie, and she asked him, she's like, last time we saw you, you said you didn't want to see them until Christmas, and what changed? And he goes, every day is Christmas when you're the tribal chief.
And meanwhile, my favorite, so at the end of the WarGames match, and we'll talk about what all went into that, he goes up to Cody after everything, after they lose, and he's like, this is the last time we're teaming up together. You understand me? And I'm like, so like in 3 months, y'all are gonna team together on night 1 of WrestleMania or some shit. Like it's gonna happen because every time you say something, we do the opposite of it because that's the Roman Reigns way.
I love Roman. Roman's so hilarious to me. Roman is super unserious as well, but he does it in a serious manner to where like he can get away with it. But he's also part of this don't take any of this stuff serious when it comes to WWE. Yeah, him be like every day is Christmas when you're the tribal chief, and Jackie's like, oh, well, thank you for this gift. He's like, you're welcome. Merry Christmas.
So you know what? If the gift of Roman Reigns is Christmas every day, then I've got the gift for our pals here on Fightful, and it's Aura Frames. Okay, go to auraframes.com/Fightful. If you are looking for a holiday gift and you're like, what should I do? You should be like the tribal chief. Okay, you put your ones up and take a photo, and then take a photo every single day of you with your ones up. Maybe with your family ones up. Maybe with your friends' guns up. I don't know what you're gonna do. Take your photos, your wrestling photos, your family photos, whatever it is. Aura Frames is a fantastic personal photo frame that you can gift to your family on the holiday seasons, and they have some fantastic different and really just like, how can I put it, beautiful looking frames. The Carver Mat frame is named #1 by Wirecutter, and if you want to get on a great deal, you can go right now to Aura Frames, AURA frames.com, and use the promo code FIGHTFUL. You know how to spell our outlet. You get $35 off, $35 off a frame. Get the Carver Mat, get whichever one you want for your tribal family, your tribal chief. Show them that you're #1, show them that they're #1, and head over now to auraframes.com/Fightful. Get your money out, get your money in, and show them that you, just like the tribal chief, celebrate Christmas every single day. See, everyone else is doing the aura just like Jey Uso. I was like, no. If Christmas is every day for the tribal chief, then our ad read is going to be all about how you can use unlimited free photos and videos by downloading the app and uploading photos for you, your family, whoever. I did that for my mom because my mom lives away. So we did a digital photo frame just like that. And we upload the photos all the time of the kid because she wants to see the kid all the time. So we're going to do that. And then you can do whatever you want with it. You get a gift box. You can share those videos and those photos effortlessly, and they're always being shown. They're always there over on auraframes.com/Fightful. Get it. Go. Let's go.
Get Aura Frames, everybody.
Yes. We'll be talking to you about that a lot this winter time, this December. Get you ready for the holidays. So then a man in a black hoodie shows up, and he stomps CM Punk. And he kicked CM Punk, and everyone's like, who is that masked man? And then he left. He got up and out of the ring, and everyone's like, it can't be Seth. He's still wearing a brace. Well, it turns out that it's not him. Go to Fightful Select, and you can figure out who it is. It's not John Moxley, despite people's feelings that it was. So there you go. There's a man in a black hoodie who I assume will be epically shown tonight as to who it could be. I have a theory, Jeremy, as who it could be. What about you? Who do you think it could be?
I hope everybody's theory is wrong.
Well, unfortunately, can't save it.
Interference in a cage match. Great. Fantastic. Everyone surmises and believes that it is Austin Theory.
Wow.
I hope everyone is wrong. Because it doesn't have to be. Maybe it was him, for that.
He did the thing, but it wasn't him. Yeah, they used his body as, because everyone was like, who's that kicked up man? And I was like, all right.
So, like, maybe it was him on Saturday, but, like, it doesn't have to be him in the end. I just have no interest in him.
It was Santos Escobar.
Good. I like Santos Escobar. I've just got no interest in Austin Theory. He's going to unmask and, like...
What if he does it? He unmasks and Paul Heyman's like, who are you? And he explains and he's like, well, thank you for your help. Get out of my ring. And that's it. They jump him out.
Good. good. He's gonna unmask, and they're gonna do the zoom in on him and everything, and Heyman's gonna look shocked, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are gonna look shocked, and the crowd is just gonna be like,
exactly, no pop.
I'm sure someone's gonna be excited. Where is Raw tonight? Let's see where Raw is. Where is
Arizona.
the
crack capital of the world.
So there's only one man that you can bring back.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
They're in Glendale at the Desert Diamond Arena. So you know what? They love everything that's being spoon-fed to them, right? Arizona? So why not? They'll be excited to see your old pal Theory.
I just...
Has Austin Theory done anything meaningful in Arizona?
Has he done anything meaningful in like the last year? What do you mean in Arizona?
Be nicer to Austin Theory.
What has he done over the last year? Please tell me.
I don't know. Not much. Dragon Lee defeats Austin Theory, Arizona. Randy Orton defeats Austin Theory, Glendale, Arizona. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller defeat the Brawling Brutes in Glendale. Bobby Lashley beats Austin Theory on a house show Sunday Stunner event. Ridge Holland beat Austin Theory on a dark match, and the Broserweights beat Austin Theory and Dorian Mack. So Austin Theory hasn't had much success over there. Dorian Mack, by the way, was Dan Matha.
What has Austin Theory done in the last year? 1 year, from December 2024 to December 2025. Please tell me one memorable thing Austin Theory has done.
Let's take a look at how many singles matches he's had.
Like, on main roster?
Yeah. Back in May.
Hold on.
Theory.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was gonna say he had a match against Sheamus, because wasn't that like Sheamus's return match?
Probably. Sheamus won.
And I feel like he had a match against Jey Uso, because they did that stupid like 2-week arc with Jay and Austin and Grayson Waller.
Yeah, and Jay beat him in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That was in Belgium. That was in Belgium, by the way.
That's it, right?
In 2025, yeah, that's been televised. There have been two main event matches he's lost, and he had a match against Ludwig Kaiser in Germany. But that's it. That's the singles matches.
He's not a thing. He's fetch. He is not a thing.
Damn.
He's not like a legacy star that people are excited for, that he's returning. He's not been on NXT tearing it up where people are like, oh, I'm excited that this person is getting called up here. He's not some incoming new star from AEW or New Japan where it's like, oh man, I can't believe like they're in WWE now. He is a dude who has been around on main roster television for 5 years now. And his biggest claims to fame are a golden egg and failing his cash in. That's it. Those are the things you remember with Austin Theory. And that terrible Cena match that was booked horribly. That's all that you know Austin Theory for. He was never a top guy on the main roster. He wasn't even a top 10 guy on the main roster. The one time he had a chance to shine in the Cena feud, he got rolled over on the mic, and then the match was awful. And that's not all on him. John Cena, he didn't even have a WrestleMania tan for that match. That was the palest I've ever seen John Cena.
That is true.
Cena was even like, you might not be able to see me on this one. I'm gonna be so pale. Like, he is just not a thing. And okay, but let's not try to make it seem like he is any type of a thing. He's probably there to take pins, sure. And if that's going to be the use for him, that proves that he's not a thing. and that they don't actually see anything major for him. If he's just the dude to take pins, like that proves the point here. But then that also shows why I have no reason to be excited if he's just gonna be there to take pins. Like, cool, he's a guy to take pins. I don't care about that.
Maybe he's gonna, turn it around.
He has, like, fine. If he can prove me wrong, if he can be interesting, if he can have good matches, I'm open for it. I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm not gonna dismiss the whole thing because I do not have an interest in Austin Theory. I'm open to change when it comes to these things, but he's got a lot of work to do. That's all I'll say. He's got a lot of work to do.
I hope he shows up with the golden egg.
At least that'd be funny.
Yes. That's how it should be. He'd be like, this is my new tag team partner, Egg. That'd be fine. Yeah, you know what? If he takes pins, fine. That's just what it is. He whatever. But the big news was Ken actually sent me the real masked assailant's identity. Are you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Very important. Direct your eyes to the screen, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man. That man had it. Look at the way the masked man has his shoulders all the way up to his neck.
Yeah.
That man in the John Cena stuff, all the John Cena gear. He has his neck way up with his shoulders. They are just together.
Bless it. I assume this is a kid. Like, I don't know how old he is.
I assume this is a child with his mother.
Yeah, he doesn't look.
Could find out otherwise, and we'll have more questions than answers at that point.
Yeah, he doesn't look very old, and he's being put on television. He's standing next to Roxanne Perez. Kid is just shook. Like, I don't know, if I was 12, 13, 14 years old, probably get the same reaction out of me. Like, you're gonna throw me on television here and be like, hey, be excited for this, and then Roxanne Perez is standing there. I'd be like, fuck, I wasn't supposed to do either.
The kid looked like he was having a good time at the show.
Yeah.
What's really confusing to me is just the height differences here, because we know Roxanne's very short. So this person, I assume, the person that this guy came with, the woman is much shorter. And this kid, I thought was much taller because he was originally standing next to the woman that he came with. So then I see Roxanne in the middle, and I'm like, oh, this guy's actually like 5'5", 5'6", and the woman that he came with is clearly like 4'10" because Roxanne is 5'1".
Kid's tall. He might grow up to be a pro wrestler.
That's right. Listen, he could be the next Boris Krobos. I don't know. Callback. But regardless, I'm not making fun of the kid. No, that's hilarious. But he's got his shoulders up to his neck, just like this masked man did. So maybe it's the same person.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ken Bruno, by the way. Yeah, Ken saying I'm not making fun of the kid. Nobody's making fun of the kid. The kid was having a good time. And listen, he got front row seats to the damn show out of this. So,
yeah.
So if anything, he's laughing.
He's the real winner here.
Yeah, no one's making fun of this kid. Believe me, he won at life. And then the best part about it is they show them in the crowd afterwards, and so other people have posted like, you think they're thinking about how much money they spent on their original tickets to get put up to these ones?
Again, they got upgraded though, so
yeah,
they won.
It was a lateral move.
They seem to win here, so good on them.
Yes, Ken also put a plus in that, and it doesn't show up because of the banner. The plus.
Put it back. Put it back. I'll take the banner down.
Okay, yeah. So there's a little red band there. That's not the trailers. Plus, how Tony Khan got bullied into joining in the weeds. Listen, we did something on Thanksgiving, and then our boss decided to do something on Busted Open, so we got the other boss that doesn't pay us to come on the show, or at least we're trying to.
Yeah.
Be a great day for the Tony Khan pays Fightful haters. It's gonna be a great time when he shows up.
I don't think it'd be great for the haters, because the haters will be proven like correct, because they'll use this as like,
that's what I'm saying. It'll be a great day for them.
It'll
be an actual great day. We're being honest. Okay, I think if anything, what we should do is have Tony come on, and the first question we ask is, when do we get our paychecks?
I'm going to ask him.
Should I give you my PayPal here, or should I put it in the private chat?
I'm going to ask him, when is Camille returning? Those are the questions no one is asking. Where is Camille?
He's watching now, just being like, "Ain't no way we're doing this show. No chance in hell."
That was hilarious. Of when that whole thing happened, and I just posted like that sucked, but at least we got, the greatest drop of all time out of it.
Are you stupid or are you dumb?
But otherwise, like, nothing was accomplished from this partnership. And people were like, in my mentions, defending it. Like, well, we're going to get a Camille and Mercedes match, and it's going to like really establish Camille. And like, it was all great to set up this match. And I'm like, okay. All right. How's that match looking, everybody? How good has that match been? You know? Was that on the Mercedes Classic list? I missed it. But how's that going for them?
Her last match, by the way, was in July.
Camille, she working indies?
Yeah, PWK women's title match. Camille defeats Cassie Clay by disqualification. The event was at the Holiday Inn in Mishawaka, Indiana, at PWK Ladies Night.
Okay.
Other than that, she worked an ICW event in February, and that's since she had her last match on Fright Night Dynamite last year, where
she lost a stat, right?
Where she lost to Chris Allen, or that was her last match.
That partnership sucked so much. Like, it wasn't booked well, and it just, things fell apart pretty quickly on screen with all of that. But it was always very hilarious where, like, Camille just lost her big matches, and then we were supposed to believe, but don't worry, she's useful to Mercedes. And then the match she got banned from ringside, like, Mercedes still just won. It's like, how useful is this person? And then Mercedes just called her an idiot all the time because she kept screwing up. What a story that was. Still waiting on that Camille and Mercedes match.
It's gonna happen. It'll happen. It'll be for one of Mercedes's indie titles, right?
Yeah. Mercedes still gonna win.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? She'll come back one day. She's been gone from AEW for a year. That is true.
Yeah, they did the backstage attacker, and like they never even followed up on that. Like, who attacked Camille? It's like, Camille's just gone. Who could possibly care?
Someone. Who cares? All right. What else do we have? We have a Raw preview.
Was that all from Survivor Series?
Mod Revolve is saying that the match I just talked about was on YouTube.
All right.
People are in attendance. I don't care so much about the attendance, but you can watch the match if you're a big Camille fan and you want to see how she's been doing or what she's been up to.
Okay.
There you go.
So we skimmed over this portion of the Survivor Series.
Par for the course. The commercials? Do we have to talk about the commercials?
No, I didn't pay attention to the commercials. But Braun Breaker did pin CM Punk, which I do think was the correct call. At least they did something right on this show. So Braun Breaker pinned CM Punk. And now everyone's like, oh, they're setting up Braun and Punk for WrestleMania and Cody for Roman at WrestleMania. Why are we waiting until WrestleMania for Braun and Punk? Why do we have to wait that long to do this match? What does Braun need to do? Is he going to lose the first time he faces Punk? Because he's effectively earned a title shot here. So does Punk just beat him, and then Braun's got to win the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber to get a match against him again? I think that's stupid. Have the man win. I know Cena's last match is supposed to be exhibition and NXT talent and all this stuff. Like, I know that's what they're saying and everything. Do Braun Breaker and CM Punk on this show and have Braun Breaker beat him. It's going to be the highest Saturday night's main event viewership. It's a shame they screwed up the NBC deal and ended that early, because this could have been on NBC and you would have gotten, millions of people watching this, but it's not on NBC. It's still going to be a strongly watched show on Peacock because it's Cena's last match. I would do Braun Breaker and CM Punk on this show and put the title on Braun Breaker and have CM Punk chase from there. And if you want to do Braun and Punk at WrestleMania still, okay. You get there in a different way than Braun potentially losing or not getting a title shot until WrestleMania, which I don't love either. Because then again, he's probably got to win the Elimination Chamber. He's probably got to win the Rumble. He should get the title shot. He pinned Punk. So he either loses or they do a no or a DQ finish because they fucking love those things. I'd have Braun Breaker beat Punk at Saturday night's main event. We'll see what they end up doing. I don't think it'll be that.
Fine speech. What you forgot was the Saturday night's main event is not big enough for a moment like that, regardless of what's happening, Jeremy. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if God himself was coming to face John Cena. It's not big enough. You have to do it at WrestleMania where God faces John Cena, and then you can give it to Braun Breaker. Also, Braun Breaker, he's not 40. He's not yet 45. Can't give him a title for another 10 years. He's still percolating, still building, still getting to that point. So for that, you can't give the title to Braun Breaker. I'm sorry. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not give Braun Breaker a World Heavyweight Championship. Not even the secondary one. You'll sooner get Roman Reigns and CM. That's my favorite, by the way. The Roman Reigns being like, "Oh, I missed that title," and Punk being like, "Mine," and he's like, "Oh, who knows?" And it's like, you think Roman Reigns going to go after the second-rate title? You really think he wants that one? Come on, he wants the one he always had. So good luck getting Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 17 at WrestleMania. That'll be great.
See, I don't think there's anything wrong with Rhodes and Cena 3. Like, it's,
you mean Rhodes and Reigns?
Yeah, Rhodes and Reigns 3. Sorry. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because they have the history. There's nothing wrong with trilogies, and the first two matches were good in their own ways. I mean, everyone says the last match is one of the greatest WrestleMania main events ever with all the cinema that they did with it. So like, I don't fully mind that that's what they're doing if that's what they do for WrestleMania. But man, do they just completely drop the ball if they do not do a proper Punk and Roman one-on-one feud. We haven't had that. We've had the triple threat. We've had them teaming, but we haven't had the proper one-on-one, like promo feud, just everything between them. And you gotta get to that before it's too late.
Yeah, but it's going to be very funny when The Rock makes his return and gets back into it. Because if Cena, not Cena, I read Cena in the chat. If Roman and Cody are involved, you best believe Dwayne's like, "Oh, I got time for this one." I miss Vegas last. I'm going to get
I'll take The Rock getting involved in this shit with Roman and Cody this year. Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I hope Rock comes out and tries to tank the whole thing again, honestly. Yes. That'd be hilarious to me.
You see, it was supposed to be bad.
Maybe they'll do a triple threat match with Roman, Cody, and The Rock. That'll be the actual main event.
I'm fine with that. I don't know, man. There's plenty of time between now and Mania. You got to feel bad for the Sami Zayn crowd.
Sammy was never going to be in that spot.
Wow. How dare you?
I love Sammy, but they were never going to put him in that spot.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Big Sami Zayn hater, Jeremy Lambert.
I mean, he lost on SmackDown.
He did lose on SmackDown. Anyway, we'll see where it goes. Plenty of time between now and the Rumble, and then more time until Mania. All right. Raw preview?
I was just reading. Katie Taylor and MMA star Ronda Rousey are in talks for a Las Vegas showdown in 2026. I don't know how reputable.
Presented by
is.
Riyadh Season and PF and whatever KSA outlets pay them millions of dollars. Logan Paul's, whatever boxing, Jake Paul's promotion, MVP boxing. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I assume it'll be on Netflix. Honestly.
Who knows? If it's true, we'll let it play out.
If it's a boxing match, Rousey's getting smoked in that.
I just don't care. Boxing's fake. MMA's fake. We've already established this. Wrestling is the most real sport of them all because when you bet on wrestling, it's different. It just hits different. And I don't even bet on this shit. Leave it alone. Anyway.
Yeah, again, like Rousey's getting smoked in a boxing match.
What, don't you remember her Fast Fists of Fury in WWE? She was
Dude, there's that great gif of her like shadow boxing. She's just like that. Oh man.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. She's getting oof, that would not end well. That would not end well on that.
Someone's saying chill on the boxing hate. Never. I will never chill on the boxing hate. Boxing's fake. It's all fake. All sports are fake. You see that hockey fight I posted? Probably fake.
Joel, what was your moment of the weekend?
A masked man once again showing up, kicked up, getting himself into the main event of a wrestling event, and then walking away without taking the pin. That's how all wrestling should be. Oh, also, once again, Liv Morgan kicking someone in the dick, and that won the entire week of wrestling.
My moment of the weekend was the Yeet run back. No choice but to respect the Yeet run back in the middle of WarGames. So unserious. Unserious man, unserious promotion. I can't hate on it.
An unserious man. An unserious man in an unserious match in an unserious promotion. Yeet. Raw's tonight. Live from the Desert Diamond Crack Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Watch it on Netflix. The last time is now tournament semifinals. Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. That should be something. Jey Uso takes on LA Knight. Yeah. Jey Uso versus Gunther is going to feed families in that finals. People are going to be so excited for it. Is that going to happen next week on Raw? Is that when they're going to do it?
No, it was on SmackDown.
It happened. The finals on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas. Get ready. I assume it's going to be then. And then what's going to happen? Gunther's going to get a week of promo to say I'm going to beat John Cena.
Yeah, he'll probably get a promo on Raw, and then they'll show a video package on SmackDown. That's what I assume they will do.
How did we get here? Anyway, the World Tag Team titles, AJ Lee takes on the New Day. New Day are going to win back the tag titles.
See, maybe.
Well, either that or actually, maybe they're, you know what? Maybe AJ Lee beats the New Day and then the Bronze win the tag titles.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Could be.
I'd like more for the New Day, but they just exist.
How's Grayson Waller going to react to his best friend Austin Theory being the masked man?
He probably will not care.
Wow. I thought he would be very upset that his friends did that. Well, we'll see. That's Raw tonight. That's what's been announced. I'm sure other things will happen. It's supposed to be the most epic Raw of all epicness. So get ready for an epic night of Monday Night Fights on Netflix, where it's always epic all the time after every epic PLE that epic WWE does. The E in WWE does not stand for entertainment. It stands for epic. World Wrestling Epic. Get ready for an epic evening. Jeremy, anything to plug?
Breaking news.
Oh.
AEW Revolution will return to Los Angeles on Sunday, March 24th at the Crypto.com Arena, which is formerly the Staples Center. There you go.
Tradition. It's a West Coast pay-per-view. Is it a Sunday night show? Sunday, March 24th.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Well,
West Coast means a 3 a.m. finish because it's only midnight there. Hell yeah. Get ready, folks. Revolution's going to be huge. Late.
It's not going to be March 24th because that's a Tuesday. So
then Arash Markazi has some work to do.
Well, the headline says March 15th, but yes, then the article says March 24th. So I'm thinking March 15th is the actual day because, yes, March 24th is a Tuesday.
That is still was March 24th a Sunday this past year? Is that what happened? Let's take a look. March 24th was a Sunday. I don't know where. I don't know, keystrokes. Anyway, that's still a Sunday.
All right, now I need to redo this read to get the date right.
3, 2.
Breaking news, AEW Revolution will be returning to Los Angeles on Sunday, March 15th, 2026 at the Crypto.com Arena, which is formerly the Staples Center. Revolution was held in Los Angeles this past year as well.
Tradition. We're back in LA, baby. Which means it's a Sunday night. Show's going to end by 3 a.m. Eastern. You'll be out of there by 5 a.m. Eastern. So 3 a.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Pacific. Enjoy the best night ever of professional wrestling. 17 match card, tailgate brawls. Take the night off on Monday. We'll be back tomorrow because we always come back. Anything else to plug?
Sunday pay-per-views suck.
Well, the NFL season's over by then. That's why we're back.
I don't care. I don't like it.
I
refuse to like it.
Well,
I refuse to like it.
Sorry, pal.
What did we accomplish today, Joel?
Once again, if you have a WWE WarGames event, expect it to be 4 matches long, 4 hours long, and not much to be accomplished. If you're a masked man, wear your hoodie, bundle up real tight, and no one will know when you do your opponent's move as to who you could be, no matter how caked up you are. And finally, the most important thing of all, if you get dropped on your head, just tell medical you're fine and you can keep working, baby.
I think the biggest thing that we accomplished today is and always forever will be.
Can't confirm.
Just keep eating, everyone.
Never stop eating. Let's go. Get excited for Jey Uso versus Gunther next week. Get excited for Jey Uso tonight. They're going to make that man the man that they want you to make him.
I hope Jey Uso beats Gunther. That would rule.
There will be epic yeets tonight. We're going to get Jey Uso versus John Cena in his last match.
I got it.
Let's hear it.
I got it. You know how the show opens tonight. You want the most epic opening of all time, everybody? Here's how you open the show. It starts with Jey Uso, because of course it does. But he's already no. He's already in the ring, though. Like, it's the end of his entrance. Yeah, I'm switching it up here. I'm giving them true ideas out here. It's the end of his entrance, and the crowd's coming down and everything, and the crowd, the television audience at home is going to be like, oh, what happened? We missed the Yeeting. No, what's going on? They showed the arrivals, but not the Yeeting. And Jay's in the ring, and he's like, run it back. But instead of the Yeet song playing, it goes, behold the king of kings. And Triple H gets his full ass entrance on here. So he comes out as well. Like, he gets to do the water bottle spit and everything. You got to make sure you get the full Triple H entrance for this. And then they're both standing at the ring and they're both looking at each other. And they're both like, and then you go, yeah, skirt! Down since Day one ish. We've been down since day one ish. And we got Triple H yeeting, and we got Jey Uso yeeting, and we got Michael Cole yeeting, and Wade Barrett and Corey Graves, they're both there, and they're yeeting. Alicia Taylor, she's yeeting. They go backstage, they do the drone shot through the backstage. Everybody's there yeeting. Here's Michael Hayes, he's out here yeeting. Bruce Pritchard is yeeting as well. They go all the way to NXT, and Shawn Michaels is in there yeeting, and Albert, he's yeeting, and Finley, they're all yeeting. They go all around the world, and they're showing just everybody yeeting out here. And then it ends, it closes up. Triple H is also still just continuing to yeet. Executive producer Paul Levesque, and that's how the show starts, and that's how the show ends, because you can't get any better than that. That is how I would open the show tonight and end the show.
Great idea. However, you did mess up the one most important thing. Triple H is always the first person in the ring.
No. See, that's why I know, but
Always.
this is
And
why I'm switching it up.
But you can't do that because WWE is very formatted, very segmented, very regimented. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. So you can't give them too much change, Jeremy. You know this. You have to bring them you have to bring them in, but you can't push them away. So you gotta have most comfortable man in the company, Paul Levesque, and be like, "Oh, what'd you see you eat for your man Jey Uso?" And he comes out. I don't know why he sounds like that. Maybe he has a cold. And he brings out Jey Uso, and they eat, and then they do it together, and everything happens. What you did.
No, see, you're thinking too much of the format, which I appreciate. I respect that. That's where you're going.
That's the way. That's WWE's
way. I know. I understand all of that. Here's the thing. One, Triple H gets his full entrance this way instead of just already being on the show. He gets the full ass entrance. That's very important to him.
It is, but that's the thing. Sorry to push back. That's the thing. He hates being on the show, and this is how they put it. They say H or Paul or Game or King of Kings or Man in Charge or COO or guy who runs the show. Or we could have a yeet thing in the middle of this, but we didn't. We forgot. It's late. Paul, Game. You can't go out there so often. And he's like, I hate going out there. And it's like, well, okay, so don't go out there. He's like, well, no, I have to go out there because the adoring fans. No, Paul, you have to go out there. Well, then give me a full entrance. No, we can't because you hate being out there. And this is back and forth. He hates being out there so much, Jeremy, that you can't give him the full entrance. This is the compromise. He's already in the ring. All right, I'm here. I hate being here.
All right, here's my response to this. They want to switch it up because they've seen all the feedback. Remember, Triple H listens to the feedback. They've seen the feedback of, oh, we don't want Triple H opening the show and already being in the ring. Oh, they do the yeeting in the middle of the show and too much. Now, that's how you switched up. You show that you were listening to the feedback of, okay, I won't start the show. We won't do the yeeting in the middle of the show. We will do the yeeting at the beginning, and we will have Jey Uso out first, and I'll be out second, to show that I don't need to start all of these things. I can come out a little bit later on because that's important to them, listening to the feedback and pretending like they care and creating these moments. It's all about the moments and how you merchant them, creating these moments for the fans.
What's up, legend?
I think that this is a great way to start and end the show. Just a Triple H yeet fest.
All right. We'll see how it goes.
Results of our poll question. Grade Survivor Series. 3% of you gave it an A. 10% gave it a B. 41% gave it a C. And 46% gave it a...
God bless our fans.
We have yeeted Survivor Series.
Yeeted it where?
It's on the ESPN app. That's all I know.
Well, there you go. We're back tomorrow, folks. 10 a.m. Eastern, back on our Overbooked channel. It's going to be Jeremy and SP3 talking about who knows what. Because if Ryan's in a DQ, then baby, we got nothing to talk about. Well, SP3 might.
Yeah, SP3 we'll talk about it. I will give you Thunder facts for the 20-1 Oklahoma City Thunder if Raw ends in a DQ tonight. That's about all.
There we go. 10 a.m. Eastern. Jeremy will be there. I will be taking the day off because Tuesdays are my day off. Go over to Aura Frames, get your Aura Frame, and use the code FIGHTFUL for $35 off. They got some really nice stuff, so go at least check it out. And if you're looking for holiday gifts, they're a pretty damn good option if you ask me. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who he is, you know who I am. I just told you who he is. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, leave a thumbs up on the way out, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.